Would you recommend starting today considering there might be a recession? Let's chat about this. Now, I just think it just depends on your situation. Do you already have a car that you're paying a car note for and you just want to get rented? Pay the car note, maybe make a little bit extra, or are you looking to get a cash car? Do you have some funds to be able to fund a cash car? I did do a video, the difference between a finance vehicle and a cash vehicle. Now, you have to have, I call it discernment. You have to have awareness on knowing if you invest into the cash car that it's going to run. You don't have extra problems or unforeseen circumstances, especially with the make, the model, how old it is. You don't know what it's been through. Make sure to check everything, the Carfax, know what it's been through. And you can't always predict it until you try it. And if you know and you maybe have a mechanic friend, then I go in. If it's a couple grand and you believe it's something that you've rented that can rent on the platform in your local marketplace, I go for it. If you go the finance route, less headaches with, things going wrong because you might be getting a newer vehicle, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever vehicle you're going to get in a finance route, it's going to be depending on how much you're paying, right? What's your monthly? How much are you getting the vehicle for? Is it more than what it's actually worth? Because obviously it's going to depreciate, especially as people are putting miles onto it. But you want to really consider your route. So the question isn't like, well, because of recession is happening. I mean, people are starting businesses. You see most of the most successful businesses started during recession. I've never been through an economic recession. And honestly, people are going to say, well, because you haven't been through it, I've been through it, I know what it's like. Here's what's interesting. It's the new money that's going to be able to make more. And obviously, I get it. The rich get richer, and those with a poor mindset, they pull back. And I really think it's about how you're going to be able to navigate during these times. Obviously, I don't know it all. And I'm one of those guys that's just like, hey, I don't put my eggs all in one basket. But especially if you're starting during this time, think about the risk tolerance that you have. That's one, because your risk tolerance will really expose how you are as an investor, wanting to really create side hustles, start businesses. But the biggest thing is how you make decisions. Yes, I get it. During the last couple of years, it's been a wild economy, but also it's been a prosperous in the last decade. And then now you're going into recession, and the question is, should I start this? It all comes down to your mindset, how you're going to make decisions, because it will make there's going to be some decisions that are going to make you or break you. There's going to be some decisions where people are going to start saying things about, you're crazy, you shouldn't do that. But it's always the ones that give you these advice, like business advice and opinions, whose mindset is just not there. Okay. Never like to take advice from people that haven't been there. And a lot of the investors and people that I've met, people at high calibers, millionaires, I mean, they are practical, but they're never as negative. Most of the time when you get like people that are negative, you can already see it that negativity comes from a seed of negativity. And they mask it as like wisdom. They mask it as like, well, you must prepare and stuff. And that's fine. I do believe in that. But you can hear the tone. You can see the demeanor. You can see how people speak. Don't let that stuff affect you. News, media, social. It's really just navigating it. And worst case, you buy a cash car because you have some savings and it doesn't rent. Worst case, all you're doing is paying insurance. I tell people when you start this biz, you want to make sure that you're able to pay off your monthlies, okay? If you're financing vehicles, you want to make sure you have cash reserves to be able to pay. You might have other sources of income, other ways to diversify. This is what makes this business model powerful, is being able to leverage it as another source that is a play, but not the play. Start with one car, see how you go through the recession. Let's say things are going to go on sale. People aren't buying. People are going to be desperate to be selling stuff. And, that's really it is. It's just a less exchange of GDP. That's what a recession is. So it's a less exchange of commodities being exchanged between parties, businesses. So I think about it, and yeah, I've heard a lot of stuff about what's going to go on in the recession. I've heard so much. I've heard way more negative and beware, be mindful. And here's the thing, the people that operate out of a scarce mindset going into recession, those are the people that I just why? Because the type of mindset that I see is I see opportunity while other people see dry, people see fear and they continue to use fear mongering strategies. I see opportunity. I always see opportunity in every marketplace. Recently, in the last couple of years, it's been a lot easier, right? When things are good, things are up, everyone's taking risk, anyone can make money. But it is during those times when we're going to go to an economic downturn. And yeah, it does sound scary. But whatever I see, especially the type of economy the US is, we got so much freedom to build businesses and the way that capitalism is in this nation, I believe there's always opportunity. History, it does repeat itself. I believe in that. And what happened back then, I believe in the wealth transfer, and I believe how you operate during whatever the economy is going to be like in the next season or so. That is going to make you stronger. It's going to build you up, and it's going to give you leverage and the stepping stool to be able to launch into whatever that is. I'm ready for it. Question is, are you? And be confident about it. Yes, there's wisdom in it. There's times where you got to pull back, but just, of course, play it safe. That's what I'm saying. The question of like, is it a good time to go into a recession with this? It's a good time if you have a vehicle and you just want to make some extra income and start stacking cash as another side hustle. It's the worst time if you're going to go in and try to over leverage yourself with a ton of finance vehicles that you can't even pay for. And again, strategy, wisdom. What is your car rental play? Ask yourself these questions. You guys can check out my dashboard down below. Check that out. It's my whole systems. It's part of the email list. If you don't want to be part of the email list and you want to just snag the full system, go for it. Take them, grab it. I even send you questions on the second email. I send you questions on things to consider when starting a car rental biz. Thanks so much, y'all. Tap in. Watch this video on how much a car can make on Turo, because it is possible no matter what the seasons are. It is an interesting time. Tap in, check that out, take these principles. And if you guys are interested in this stuff, I'll be not just talking about Turo. There's so much I'll be talking about as well in the future of this channel. So y'all be blessed. Have a great one. Bye-bye.